You can start in this position.
Hi, Gerald.
Hi, Elfie.
Thanks so much for agreeing to teach me how to surf today.
Thank you for coming down today. I'm glad to be able to help you.
Yeah, so maybe first we can, or maybe you can help me, just demonstrate what's a proper surf.
Sure. Well, first it's important to understand that the surf is probably the most difficult shot in tennis.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can do it. We'll try and do that.
Okay, let's just try it.
Yeah. The first thing about the serve is the grip. You got to get the correct grip. You have to hold it. It's what is called a continental grip, and I think you got it over there. Your knuckle should be on the second bevel over here. Okay. The next thing you got to do is get the correct stance. So the correct stance is your toes should be pointed towards the net post. Okay. So toss with your hand facing upwards, not this way, and use your whole arm.
Okay.
Don't flip with your wrist and don't flip with your elbow. So it's something like that. From here, up. So you try and throw it a few times and catch it. Up and catch it, yeah. A few times. Good.
Okay.
You're getting on well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is the backswing. Okay, so to make it a bit easier for you, we're not going to do a full backswing. Okay, so you want to get your, like that. Okay, with the racket pointed up and the strings facing down a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so this is what is called the trophy position.
Yeah.
You know the trophy position? When you see those tennis trophies, you see those things standing out there. So this is the trophy position.
Right, like that.
So you want to get into that trophy position. You just try swinging at the ball without tossing.
So like this.
Yeah. Okay, so the goal is to get from here into this position. Loosen your wrist a bit. You have to use your wrist quite a bit. Yeah. Correct. Keep your eyes on the ball, okay? Okay.
Let me practice a toss first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Wow, you did it! You got it over the net!
Oh, at least it's over the net.
That's very good.
You know, I heard that you're coaching your daughter right now and she's playing competitively.
I started my kids playing tennis when they were about 7 years old.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that, I enjoyed playing tennis as a kid. And, I thought tennis is a good game to just pick up because it trains the eye-hand coordination, and it's also a game that you can play when you're young and also when you're old. Most experts actually say that it's best not to coach your own kids because you want to separate your role as a dad versus the role as a coach.
Yeah.
But I tried to manage the two together. I like to think that our relationship is actually better now than it's ever been before.
Yeah.
And even though she's entered into the teenage years and all that.
Yeah. So your daughter is playing, sports competitively and tennis. Do you think it's hard to pursue, sports in Singapore?
The Singapore education system is such that you spend a lot of time in your studies. And so it's very hard because, at her age right now, she should be spending about 18 hours a week practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what is expected for someone
to be an elite level. Yeah.
And she manages only about 12 hours, which is already quite a lot for her age.
There's a lot to learn from, playing the game and being in the competition. What do you think is the best takeaway from tennis?
Yeah, I think tennis teaches us about learning to win and to lose with grace. And quite importantly, I feel that it teaches us to see our competitors, our opponents, as not as enemies, but they help you to improve also.
Yeah.
When we fight in life, when we do things, there will be setbacks, but it's always possible to recover and be 2 sets down in a match, but still be able to win the match.
What do you get again?
I got the ice mocha.
Ooh.
Something to cool me down.
It's still quite... Okay, so what's your thoughts and views about the impending GST hike?
Inflation is actually very high right now compared to previous. I think the CPI is one of the highest it's been since something like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
People are really feeling the pinch, and they don't necessarily have seen a high increase in their pay, especially because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they're squeezed on both ends.
Yeah.
I mean, pay is not going up, but my costs are going up. Even beyond the timing, I think there's a conversation that needs to be had about whether or not this extra revenue that the government needs to come from a hike in the consumer tax, the consumption tax. We also can look at the net investment returns contribution from the reserves. Currently, it's capped at 50%. Is there room for that to be increased so we can tap a bit more on the returns from the reserves? We've had discussions in Parliament about using part of the land sales.
Yeah.
The point is that we're not saying that take all our reserves and use it to pay for current expenditure, but we're saying that look at how we can moderate the slope of the increase in the reserves. That means the reserves are still growing, but do we need to grow it at such a fast pace? Can we grow it at a slightly slower pace, but be able to tap on some of the returns that the reserves bring to us?
What are some issues that you will be addressing in Parliament as an MP in 2022?
Current issues like the electricity prices,
right?
Because that's, I think, something that's affected a lot of households as well as businesses.
Yes.
Well, healthcare, one of the reasons put forward for why we need to have an increase in GST is to pay for health and social care for an aging population.
Yeah.
And that is a real issue. I'm not denying that we need to fund that more. In fact, healthcare and social care, we might need to look at how we can beef both of them up.
Yeah. How is grassroots work in WP's wards compared to that in PAP's wards?
It's quite different, I think, for opposition held wards. Because we don't have the People's Association and all the residents committees.
Yeah.
So we depend a lot on the volunteers. Our volunteers do a phenomenal job in terms of helping residents on the ground. They'll spend long hours at Meet the People sessions. Even after that, they're working in the background to help us draft letters, look up policies. We are really, really grateful to our volunteers. And most of our volunteers are actually residents of the area. So,
okay.
Yeah, so they really have a stake in what they're doing.
And has it been a lot of work recently with was there more work recently maybe?
I think as we open up, a lot of things have actually shifted digitally also. I mean, most of my Meet the People session cases actually don't come from the Meet the People session, but through email or WhatsApp messages.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try our best to accommodate all the different channels of feedback that come in.
Yeah.
And so I think it's part of the adaptation that we are doing to cope for the COVID situation. And I think COVID it's been negative in many ways, but it's also brought a lot of positive gains.
Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell.